Hey you guys, so it is so exciting because I literally want to tell you about my first date since leaving my husband and my experience with it and how much I enjoyed it. I left in August and it is now February, the end of February, and you know, I've hung out with people, but I haven't really like gone on a date where the guy pays and, you know, like we sit down, we get to know each other, because, you know, for me, I'm, you know, not the type of person where I've ever really, besides when I was younger, like ever really rushed into anything where you know, as I got older, not rushed into anything, you know, I've wanted to take my time to make sure that I, you know, got to know someone, because people have struggles, problems, issues, and flaws, you know, and sometimes you just don't want to deal with them. And so, you know, it's been scary because, you know, just going through everything that you go through, you just be like, it's scary. I never really give out my phone number. I have fake phone numbers, which are like second numbers, which I give out to people, and I don't give out my real number. So I met them on one of the dating sites, because I always use dating sites, you guys. So, but only because I also like conversation, and so, you know, I like meeting new people. So that's all. I mean, I've been on the dating websites, I just haven't been going out on dates. And so, you know, I just haven't been going on dates because I'm very particular. And so, you know, I just haven't wanted to, you know, I've been focused on me and getting myself together and all that stuff, and I just feel like for me it was just not a right place for me. So I was very hesitant on actually going out on my first date since you know, leaving my husband. And I was so hesitant. Oh my god, it was so crazy. But I actually talked to my mother right before I went on my date, and I was like, I don't know if I want to go. And she's like, well, why don't you cancel? And like literally he was driving an hour out the way to come see me, and so I was like, okay, well, cool, like I'm not gonna cancel on him. So we went to go see a movie yesterday. Well, first we were gonna go out to eat, and then I told them I had gastric bypass surgery, so it's, you know, I'm really uncomfortable with eating, you know, and that's a lot of the biggest reasons of why. So, you know, I was very, you know, hesitant and, you know, wanting to go. So I called my mom, so I told them, you know, like, look, like I had gastric bypass surgery, so, you know, I really don't want to eat or whatever. And that's a lot of the reason why you know, I haven't been going on dates either, because every man that I know is like, oh, let me feed you. Honey, I don't need you to feed me, okay? Like, I need you to figure out something we're gonna do. So I told him that I can't do that, but he was not giving up. He said, let's go to the movies. So I said, nothing scary, and he said, okay, well then let's do, he gave me two choices, Glass or Alita. And I chose Alita, and oh my god, no regrets. So good, such a good movie. I enjoyed myself. So afterwards, you know, we were just talking, and he was like, well, I'm hungry, let's go to eat or whatever. So we went to eat, and then we talked and we talked and we talked. I mean, we talked so much. We got there at 6. We didn't leave. We went to Olive Garden, of course. I ordered soup and a salad. We did not leave until 10 o'clock, which is when Olive Garden closes. We were the last two in there. And we talked and we talked. It was crazy. So it was really good. And then afterwards, like, of course, like you guys know, I don't bring men back to my living quarters. It's not something that I did when I was in Fort Lauderdale. It's not something that I'm gonna start doing just because I'm getting, you know, like I'm not in a relationship anymore with my husband and all that other stuff. Like, it's just not something that I'm just gonna be like, hey, I'm going to, you know, take this random man back to my house. So it's not something that I'm doing. Sorry. That's not something that's gonna change within me. And so, like, we sat in his car, and we talked until 4 o'clock in the morning. I mean, about everything. Even got to like a place where it was like we were watching like Family Feud, like the bloopers of Family Feud, which were really funny. Like one of the bloopers was Naked Grandma. If you guys never seen the Naked Grandma blooper for Family Feud, hilarious. So I was like cracking up so hard. And then we listened to some 90s music or whatever, and we just talked. And so it was really nice, you know, because I like 90s music or whatever. I think that a lot of the music in this day and age is not as good as the music in the 90s, but whatever, to each his own. So yeah, so it was really good, and I enjoyed myself, and you know, I'm glad that I actually took a step to go on a date. Do I know if we'll ever go on another date ever again? I don't know. You know, would I? Do I know if we'll ever go on a date ever again? I don't know. He was very nice, and I enjoyed him. I'm not saying that he was a bad person, but you know, it's just, you know, where I am in life, and you know what I want, you know, for my future, and we'll see. You know, only time will tell. Will it ever stop me now from, you know, wanting to date and seeing what's out in the world? No, because, you know, I met a nice person, and that's great. Is it gonna cause me to rush into things, and all of a sudden I'm gonna be on here like, oh, you know, I found someone and it's totally magical and we're in love, and I'm gonna show them all over social media? No, not that type of person. So it's like, I want to take my time to figure out what it is that I exactly want. And so sitting down, having a date, and talking is good. You know, it's okay to sit down and talk and get to know someone. You know, I don't have to sit there and, you know, like, people rush into things, and they rush into relationships, they rush into sexual encounters, you know, stuff like that. No, that's not something that I want for myself. So you know, and there's plenty of men in the world, you know, and so I can take my time to get to know someone, you know, and if I don't want to be with anybody at the end of the day, I don't have to be with anybody, but at least I'm not just giving up on myself, you know, and, you know, trying to be out there and seeing, you know, and giving up on love, you know. So or, you know, the thought of even being capable of being loved ever again. So yeah, so I love you guys, until we meet again. God bless. Peace.